Bingo Blitz rules.
If your bingo has ads in it,
That's not a bingo.
if it doesn't have the coolest tournaments, mini games, and the most breathtaking design,
Nope, not a bingo.
if your bingo moment makes you feel so excited that you just want to burst in joy and scream out loud, bingo! Sorry, so you're playing...
Bingo Blitz? Now that's a bingo. Go for a world of excitement with Bingo Blitz, the #1 free bingo game. Download Bingo Blitz and play for free.
Now that's a bingo.
Hi, I'm Jennifer, a co-founder of the Go Kid Go network. At Go Kid Go, putting kids first is at the heart of every show that we produce. That's why we're so excited to introduce a brand new show to our network called The Search for the Silver Lining, a fantasy adventure series about a spirited young girl named Isla who time travels to the mythical land of Camelot. During her journey, Isla meets new friends, including King Arthur and his Knights of the Round Table, and learns valuable life lessons with every quest, sword fight, and dragon ride. Positive and uplifting stories remind us all about the importance of kindness, friendship, honesty, and positivity. Join me and an all-star cast of actors including Liam Neeson, Emily Blunt, Kristen Bell, Chris Hemsworth, among many others, in welcoming the Search for the Silver Lining podcast to the Go Kid Go network by listening today. Look for the Search for the Silver Lining on Spotify, Apple, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Let's hang out.
Let's hang out.
And let's talk about what Leslie's about.
Let's hang out.
And let's listen to Leslie and shout.
Let's hang out.
Let's hang out.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Let's Hang Out. I'm Ellie Brigida.
And I'm Lee Holmes Foster, and here's what's happening this week.
This week in the Lesdom.
This Week in the Lesdom is a place where we can touch base each episode about things going on with the podcast or otherwise. Unfortunately, we had to reschedule for Skill Trivia. It was supposed to be last week. We will keep you updated as to when we are rescheduling it. We did not sell enough tickets, so if you know anyone who loves First Kill and you really want us to have it, make sure you get your tickets so we know there's enough people to do it.
And speaking of getting tickets, we do have our next trivia night coming up. It's for a little show some of you may have heard of. It's called A League of Their Own. It's going to be happening on November 17th at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern. It's a Thursday again. So I would start maybe get those rewatches in because we know how you all feel about this show, okay? So we are going to be expecting some intense trivia that night, and we're already excited.
As a reminder, in Season 6, we are releasing Patreon bonus episodes. You can get those at bit.ly/lespatreon. We have 3 bonus episodes out right now. We have been seeing so many new people in our Patreon. We love to see it. You can also join our Patreon-only Discord chat. It's going to be a great year for our Patreon this year, so you can join at bit.ly/lespatreon.
In the Greater Les universe, couple things. First of all, the Out 100 list came out, and we just want to maybe, brush our own little shoulders off and say that we've had some friends of the pod featured on that list. And so, we just want to call out some of the people that we know and love who were featured, like, for example, Jess Darrow, Vico Ortiz, and, of course, our fave and yours, Jasmine Savoy Brown.
So happy. Also about to take that Out 100 list and go down it and see if we can get some more people on the show.
Yes.
So super exciting. Really excited for Jess, Vico, and Jasmine. They are all so talented. Very much deserve to be on that list. And we're really, really happy for them.
And also they're the best people and you should support all of them.
Yes.
And how nice of them to make a guest outreach list for us. Like really convenient.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect. Thanks, Out 100.
We also have to address what we have all been living through this week, because I know many of you may or may not be Taylor Swift fans,
Gaylor
Midnights.
fans.
Midnights came, but we might have some Gaylors listening in. Listen, my TikTok has been nonstop Gaylor talk for the last
Sounds right.
week. So I just want to take a moment to say, listen, is Midnights possibly Taylor Swift's gayest album ever? It sure might be. Like, I don't know a lot of dudes with maroon lips. That's all I'm saying. So my personal request is just, listen, if you have deep dive Gaylor theories, if you have charts, if you have PowerPoints, yeah, hit us up with those. I love it. I love it.
them.
Send them our way. It's such crack. I love it.
Lee loves Gaylor crack.
I do. I really do. Like, I wish I didn't go so hard into it. Because I am so not the person who can come up with any of the theories or who has enough of the backstory to do any of that. But the people who do, I'm just like, you beautiful geniuses. I love it.
Beautiful geniuses.
I'm so here for it.
Also, speaking of beautiful geniuses, Dove Cameron.
Wow,
Love her.
what a segue.
Love her.
A+.
Dove Cameron has recently come out to say that Maddie from Liv and Maddie was definitely gay. So I love that all of these actors just love to come out and validate us and our should have been gays in general. We have not done a Liv and Maddie should have been gay, but like Dove Cameron, if you want to come on and talk to us about why Maddie from Liv and Maddie should have been gay, we're here for you.
We're here. We're always here.
Waiting.
Yeah.
We've been waiting.
And we'll
Our
stay
people-
waiting.
Yeah. Our people will get in touch with you.
Yeah. That's what's happening this week. Back to you, Ellie and Lee.
Thanks, Ellie and Lee, and welcome to our 93rd installment of Should Have Been Gay.
Oh, it was fun, it was great, but it should have been a little more gay.
And in this week's episode, Itchida Capita Melica Mystica, Itchida Capita Melica Mystica.
How many
Sisters!
times? How many times do we have to say it, though?
So many.
Way too many times.
So many.
Book! I feel like that, like, I just lost my voice from doing that. I should never do that again. So excited to be talking about Hocus Pocus 2 today. And very excited because we have a very special guest. Mia Emani Jones is here with us. Hi, Mia.
Hi, guys. How are you?
Hello.
Great. So excited that you're here. For all of our listeners, Mia is a newly out lesbian, one of the stars of F-Boy Island Season 2, and is choosing to live her best gay life. And that includes being on Let's Hang Out. So we're here.
Obviously.
You guys gotta be my first interview.
Oh my God.
Amazing.
I'm so happy. I jumped on this so hard. The second I saw this reel that you made that was like, I'm gay, I was like, come on the show. Please.
Does that mean we get it's exclusive?
Yeah, we got the
exclusive. Let's Hang Out
exclusive. We got the
exclusive right
exclusive,
here. Okay. It's happening.
Yeah.
Like literally the first people that I'm talking to about coming out, like everything, like what happened on the show, how did I figure this out? Like you guys are the first two people to hear all about it.
Yes.
So this is fun.
This is incredible. So, I mean, let's talk about it. Tell us what happened. How did you come to this realization?
So my gay awakening, my gay awakening was like fantastic. Okay, so in the back of my head, I always knew I liked women, but I was like the head cheerleader and I was the girl that dated the football player. And, it was like, don't do it. But I see it. I like it. I like what I'm seeing. And I always claimed myself to be bisexual. I was always on the spectrum. My parents always knew that I liked girls and guys. They didn't know who I was going to bring home at one point. They're like, I don't know if she's going to bring home a girl. I don't know if she's going to bring home a guy. We're just going to be like, hey, they're people. But after I did the show, I sat there for a bit and I took some time for myself. And I was like, no, I really don't like men. I said, I put myself in a situation with all these different ranges of guys. And I was just like, oh my God. I was like, I'm going to have to fake it because I can't do this.
Wait, so I have a question for you. Like, do you think it was because you were on F-Boy Island or like just because of men?
I think it was more of a social experiment for me. I really didn't think I was going to get on the show. I went to Mexico thinking, I'm like a backup because that's what I was basically. I wasn't told, but I kind of knew that I was just a backup just in case somebody got sick. And then they came in and they did interviews in our room and they were like, okay, well, we want you on the show. And I was just like, oh, shit. I was like, okay. I was like, there goes my free vacation to Mexico, but whatever.
Oh,
I was like, all right, let's do it. Let's have some fun. And all the guys came out and I was just like.
Also, I'm like, we're on a podcast, so like nobody can tell what you're doing. But anyone in the audience, this is a lesbian face that Mia is making when men come in.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh,
it's bad.
I feel like you know when you have those things where people are like, oh, there's like that one guy who just like constantly dates girls and then they come out as gay is like, I feel like it's surprising to me that more F-Boy Island contestants wouldn't have come out as gay. You'd think if anything was going to turn you off of men, like it's right there.
We had Lukash. Lukash came out as bisexual on the show, which was great. And I wanted to stand up and be like, me too, dude, me too. But I was like, I can't do that. Let me sit here with these two guys, like, la da da. But no, both of my picks were pretty awesome. I ended up after the show, a couple like weeks after, I dated Danny, not Peter. If anybody knows the show, I dated Danny, not Peter, and I really was just like, no, dude, I really can't have sex with you. Like I can't do it.
Oh
like,
my God.
I was like, I found more pleasure with you doing other stuff than actually trying to stick your hoo-ha in me. And I'm just like, whoa, I don't want it. Like,
Sorry, but
I think
calling
that might be the first
a
time,
dude's-
yeah, we've had the
Yeah.
word hoo-ha used in that way on this show.
like, whoa.
I also I feel like while you're talking, Ellie, about things that listeners can't see right now, but that I feel like they should know about. I think when you're like, you just came out, you're like, I'm gonna live my best gay life. I feel like the fact that you are wearing a shirt that is made of like 5 flannel shirts is is like really peak gay shit, and I love it so much.
With my glasses on and my green hoodie that matches my Hoochie Daddy shorts that I have on here. Like, I mean, this, and I had
Incredible.
Converses on earlier, and I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, whoa, I've changed.
Just, we love it. We love to see it. It's good. It's good. That's it. I just want everyone to know, because
Yes.
if you can't see it, it's great, and we're gonna get to see it this whole episode. So that's
Also,
all.
for the Hocus Pocus 2 Should Have Been Gay, a pillow that says "Witch Please" right in between your
Yes.
legs. Incredible.
It's protecting me just in case you guys, something comes out. Who knows? But yeah, I mean, hey, I feel like now people know that I'm a lesbian. So it's like, hey, look, but before, oh my gosh, sorry. Before I had to like try my hardest. Like I would wear, my phone case was rainbow. I had a rainbow bracelet. I was like, women talk to me. Like, I swear I don't like men. Somebody help me.
I love that, because I also feel like that's sort of what you're doing on social media right now, and I'm here for it. Of like, hey, everyone, I need you to know that this is me. Please recognize me, which like we all understand. Well, especially I'm like, I think I might understand a little differently than Lee. Love you, Lee. But like as a more femme presenting queer person.
Yeah.
there's,
What are you talking about, Ellie? What are you?
Yeah, I'm like,
what are you
Lee,
getting at?
everyone knows you're a lesbian, and I love it. It's good. But but like I understand that, where you're like, I'm waving this flag, like, please recognize me. Yeah.
And I have a friend, her name is Alyssa. We competed in pageants together, and she came out, I think, almost a year ago. And we were both like, oh, thank God. I knew you were gay. I just didn't want to say anything. And I was just like, yeah, like he could have said something. Hey, like, what's up?
Amazing.
We talk about that a lot on the show. We call it gay magnetism, where like you are connected with someone before you've come out, and you're like, there's a reason we're drawn to each other. We can't figure it out. And then you both come out and you're like, that's why.
That was the reason.
Mm-hmm.
It makes sense. Duh.
Yep.
No, honestly. And it's crazy because none of my friends, they were like, you were always with guys. Like, and then we realized that none of your relationships were working. And then I got into my first like real relationship with a girl, and she broke my heart. And I was in bed for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days. And I was crying my eyes out. And they're like, we have never seen you act like this over a man ever. They're like, look, you're gay. We get it. You're a lesbian. Just come out. And I was like, okay, I'm going to do it. I'm going to come out. And they're like, after the show premieres, because then it's going to confuse people. And I was like,
Okay, wait. So you had this realization like right after FY Island. So how long ago have you had this realization? Because you have to wait to talk about things, right?
you have to wait to talk about things. So we filmed F-Boy Island the beginning of January, February, March of this year. I dated this girl prior to me going on the show. And then she broke my heart. And I was like, I'm going on the show. Fuck it. Who cares? And I was like, I'm just going to do the show. Then there was this whole, okay, I made it look like, I like men a little too much. So I can't just take the whole $100,000 from the show. I was like, and I would feel bad. So I was like, fine, I will say I'm choosing this person and we will just go with the flow. But everybody knew already that I was bisexual, so it didn't seem weird. And then after I waited, I dated Danny for a month. And I was like, yeah, I can't do this. I waited. The show premiered in July. Waited. I was like, all right, I got to do it before Halloween because I can't go out like this. I said, by the end of the year, I'm coming out to everybody. And hey, Girls in Wonderland, they were like, hey, we see that you have a pride flag in your bio. Are you gay? I said, oh, thank God. Can I come out at Girls in Wonderland? They were like, yeah, we'll have a whole pool party for you. Great.
Amazing.
Wait, so you had a coming out party at Girls in Wonderland?
Coming out party at Girls in Wonderland. It was fantastic. I met, all the girls from Tampa Bay, Rachel Maverick from TikTok. Like, I feel like I've been in this, this crew, this clan forever. And I'm just like, ooh, this is so much fun. This is where I need to be.
Okay, but wait, Mia, because I know we just said that like your new mantra is like living your best gay life, and like that's great, and we're here for it, and we want that for everyone. But as you're saying, like, oh, I couldn't just take the 100,000 and run. There's another mantra that I think you really need to like just start, living into, and it is be gay, do crimes. And I'm just gonna invite you to like make that your truth, like take the money and run next time. That's all I'm saying.
So I have asked HBO. I was like, dude, can I get my like own show? They're like, what? I said, listen, my life is so entertaining. I have like 4 exes at Girls in Wonderland this weekend. And I'm just like, ooh. Like, hey guys, like, don't look at me.
I mean, I don't see why not. Like, you're positioned perfectly to be the like first lesbian bachelorette.
Like, that would be perfect. I'm like, hey,
Yes.
ABC, like, my contract with HBO is up in, like, who knows, like, 3 months. I'm here for it.
Let's
You
do
heard
it.
it here first.
We'll make it happen. The exclusive. You heard it here first.
You heard it here first.
Oh my gosh.
Incredible.
I know we need to talk about Hocus Pocus too, but I'm just so invested in this. Do you think that F Girl Island is going to be queer or no? You can't say. Do you know and you can't say, or you just have no clue?
I don't know, but here's my thing. HBO used to do, before it merged with Discovery Plus, 12 Dates of Christmas, where they had a gay guy, a straight guy, and a lesbian woman. How I can see F Girl Island running is them having 1 lesbian and 2 guys, if they're going to do it that way. Or, that's how I could see it happening if they were going to make it gay, which would be fantastic because I will definitely come back. HBO, you hear me here. I mean, I will be the first to be like, hey, I got you. But I can see it happening like that, or I can see me doing like something like 12 Dates of Christmas.
I would be here for that. I love 12 Dates of Christmas.
Amanda? I mean, never mind. I mean, nothing.
Nothing about
Or
it.
nothing.
at
Cut
all.
it. We'll cut it out. It never happened. What?
No, it's fine.
Keep it. Maybe she'll hear.
Yeah, you never know.
You never know. Is there anything else, Lee, I'm just so happy for you, Mia. Like, literally, when I saw that video, I was like, yes, Mia is one of us. I should have known it from watching the show because I thought you were awesome on it. And I'm like, clearly, girl's gay. Incredible.
The girl, I am gay. Like,
Girl
I am
is
a
gay.
man. Life feels so much better.
Doesn't it?
I'm
does.
really just like
It just
loving that
does.
like newly out energy coming off of you. Like, it's always so exciting when someone's like really owning it.
I'm telling you, I have the best family in the world. Like, you would think that, since I've been dating all these different guys my whole entire life, my family, they don't care. There's multiple of us in my bloodline, is what I would say, that are gay. I mean, I think there's like 6 or 7 cousins, and I think 5 out of 7 of us are gay.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's like, it makes sense.
Amazing.
Hey.
It runs in the family. All right, so
Yeah.
let me try
Segue us back,
Yeah,
Ellie.
let me try to segue us back.
What?
All right. So, as much as I really do want to talk about your coming out process and your journey, like for 10 hours, and honestly, at some point, maybe we can. But today, we are going to continue this conversation later and head into our Should Have Been Gay on Hocus Pocus 2. So, are you ready? Are we all ready for this?
I'm so ready.
All right, let's do it. So, Lee, will you kick us off with our IMDb synopsis for Hocus Pocus 2?
You know, I would love to kick us off with an IMDb synopsis. So for anyone who hasn't yet watched Hocus Pocus 2, the IMDb synopsis is as follows. 2 young women accidentally bring back the Sanderson sisters to modern-day Salem and must figure out how to stop the child-hungry witches from wreaking havoc on the world. That's not bad.
As far as IMDb synopses go, honestly, not bad.
We've had worse.
It makes sense. Yeah. But I feel like we can make it gayer. So, Mia, are you ready? Do you have a gay synopsis for Hocus Pocus 2?
I feel like there is a love triangle between, what is her name? Why am I blanking on everybody's name right now?
Becca.
Okay, that's the one in the green. That's the witch.
Yeah.
And her friend who suddenly got a boyfriend all of a sudden, where I feel like these 2 girls have dated before. And now that she has a boyfriend, Becca's jealous. And this is where our story begins.
Lee and I are just aggressively head nodding for the entire synopsis.
Like so aggressively.
This is where the story begins. Becca is upset. I feel like she put a hoax on her friend, and then this whole shit went to haywire.
Amazing. Save the theory, though. Ellie, hit me with your gay synopsis.
All right, my gay synopsis is just like a general feeling about Hocus Pocus 2, which is this. Queer icons, the Sanderson sisters, are back 29 years later, and you still haven't made anyone gay, you cowards.
Agree to disagree. I think they did, but...
All right, there were some drag queens. I'll give them that at least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I went a similar direction as you, Mia, in my gay synopsis. My gay synopsis for Hocus Pocus 2, I said, teen throuple, Becca, Izzy, and Cassie find their way back to love thanks to the power of the Sanderson sisters.
Sanderson sisters bringing lesbians together since, 29 years ago? Thank you for that math.
You're welcome.
But yes, I mean, that's also the story. The actual story that I saw, it's clearly a love story between Becca, Izzy, and Cassie. Like,
for sure.
Mike is irrelevant.
And there's no way. Like, I was sitting there and I was watching them and I was just like, why are you so mad? It was just she was giving me gay vibes. Like when you like a girl and then she ends up dating somebody else and you're just sitting there and you're like, ew.
You are correct, because she was like insanely pissed. And we also like find out later that like basically Cassie was like, I've been inviting you to things constantly. Like from the beginning of the movie, she's like, Cassie left us. And she's like, no, I literally told you to come places. And you were like, no, I don't want to be anywhere near your boyfriend. Like that's ex behavior. That's not friend behavior.
That is very much so ex behavior. See, the Gemini in me would go to wreak havoc, but it's definitely ex behavior and it's hilarious. But I'm telling you, I would have went and then I would have made, a shit show in the situation and then I would have been fine.
What do we think? Okay, so we think, right, Becca's in love with Cassie, right? What do we feel Izzy's situation is within this friendship?
Thruple, Ellie. Thruple.
They all love each other. Everybody's mad that Cassie wants to go and hang out with this boy when, hello, honey, did you not get the L in the LGBTQ? You weren't supposed to be the B. We were the first couple.
Listen, Cassie can be bi. I don't care. It's just that they clearly were in a relationship and then she was like, I'm dating this guy now. And like, no, you were dating these 2 girls and then you blew them off.
Also, what do we think? They talk a lot about like their birthday traditions. What do we think they were doing at those birthday parties?
Charging their crystals.
Where? What? Who said that? Who came in here and said that? Rude.
Charging their crystals in the woods.
Sure. Yeah.
My mom would never. She'd be like, you're going where? With who? In the woods? Yeah, no.
Okay, but wait, because I I want to back us up a little bit, Ellie. Before we really dig into our theories and our ideas and our reimaginings, I want to hear Mia, because we usually we always start with a little bit of like what was our experience with the movie, and like granted this movie came out like what and week ago. I mean it. There's not a lot of time. So what I'd like to know is, can you tell us and our listeners a little bit about what was your experience with like both of the Hocus Pocus movies? Like, give us the backstory here.
So my backstory with Hocus Pocus is that I feel like in the back of my head, you know, I'm a witch, but I'm not.
Or you are.
But Hocus Pocus has always been one of my favorite like Halloween movies ever, because Halloween is my favorite holiday. I will dress up every day of the week. And
wait, you said you went as the Sanderson sisters? So which sister were you?
So I went as Winnie.
Amazing.
Yeah. So, and then everybody else I was the head girl in charge.
I love how you don't even remember the other one's names. Like, that's a very Winnie thing to do. You're like, so I was Winnie and no one else mattered.
Winnie and sisters. People are like, do you even watch movies? I was like, look, I do. And then I bartend. Like, I'll wake up at 12. I watched it. I went back to sleep. I woke up again. And then I had to go to work. I don't remember what happened all the time. And then I rewatched it before I got on this podcast. So please forgive me.
That's okay. So for Hocus Pocus 2, you literally watched it in the middle of the night. Did you watch the second that it came out? Like, were you like, I need to watch it immediately? Or...
Absolutely. At 3 a.m., they had it playing at the bar. We logged into Disney Plus. Everybody was watching it. It was just like we're like, you guys, like, we have to send our customers home. They're like, so we sent them home at 4, and we're just still up there, just not cleaning, not checking out. Nobody was saying anything. Like, it was on. It was blasting through the speakers. It was a great time.
Nice.
What are your thoughts? Hocus Pocus 1 versus Hocus Pocus 2?
Hocus Pocus 1 will always be a classic. Hocus Pocus 2, I feel like they could have done a little bit more. I wanted like a 3-hour movie, sadly. But I think they did a good job just trying to keep the same, you know, energy that Hocus Pocus 1 had. And this will be a movie my kids will watch. So,
yeah. How about you, Lee? What was your experience?
I did not watch it the second it came out, but you know, I knew we had to do an episode on it, obviously, and I agree. I mean, it's fun, it's nostalgic, right? Like, it's fun to watch it, and you're like, it's fun to watch the Sanderson sisters. Like, it's fun to watch them get to go back to those characters, but it's also a little weird because like they have been a thing for like 30 years, and so it almost feels like they're acting as like caricatures of characters that they played a long time ago. And so it's like, I don't know, there was a little bit more of like, you had to buy into the like mentality of it, you know, whereas like I feel like when you watch the first one, it feels like you're just like, oh, here is a movie. And this time it feels like you're watching a movie that like knows the first one was a movie, you know? Like, do you know what I mean? That's the only thing I can say about it. I mean, otherwise, like, it was fun. It's great. I mean, they're all great. It's not like I have super high expectations of like what the script or plot need to be, you know? Like, it's just, that's not why you're watching this movie. You're watching it because it's going to be fun, and it was fun. So, yeah.
Agreed. For me, Hocus Pocus is the same. Like, the first one, that shit just slaps. Like,
yeah,
every part of it. There's not a bad part of the first movie. You're just like, that part's hilarious, this part's hilarious. And then watching the second one, I feel like I agree with you, Lee, but like, I just from the beginning was like, I'm strapping in knowing this is like,
oh yeah,
you
have to.
This is just like, I don't know, it's like fan service. The entire film is just like, oh, the Sanderson sisters are back and they're gonna do the same shit, but like still hilarious. Like, I thought that the three of them were flawless.
They were.
Like, in Hocus Pocus 2, I was like, they were even better than the first one. Like, Sarah Jessica Parker was cracking me up. I thought she did, like, I don't know, like, each one of them always brings their own stuff to it, but like, they were good. The chemistry was still there.
Yeah.
My thing is when she got on the and started flying in the air, I was dying. I was like, oh my gosh, duh. Like, that's still a broom. Like, that it makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like everything made sense to the time that we're in now. But it's like, did we want it in this time now, or did we want it back to like 1993? You know, like, it's like, what did we want? I'm glad we got more of like the backstory from them, like what happened before, you know, they were the Sanderson sisters that we all know and love. But it's like, now I want, like, where are they at now? Like, what are we doing? Y'all, it looks like we have Hocus Pocus 3, but
yeah, I don't know how that will happen. I also do feel like I wish, and we'll be talking a lot about this because this is, I think, the central theme of the gayness of this film. I wish they actually had given Becca, Izzy, and Cassie more. It was like, because we all love the Sanderson sisters, they were like, we're going to make the Sanderson sisters like the biggest part of it, but like to the detriment of like any other plot. Where it was just like, okay, I love the Sanderson sisters and I'm laughing, but like I wanted to know more about like Becca and her powers. Like, has this been something that like her family has been talking to her about, like in a weird way, like a mix between Halloween Town and Hocus Pocus 2, where she's like, her mom didn't want her to be a witch, but then she just becomes a witch. I don't know. Like, I feel like there's some stuff to explore there.
yeah, I was like, how did this girl just all of a sudden just started shooting things out of her hand on her 16th birthday? Like, we should have like met her parents, been like, okay, well, you're a part of this tribe and or this clan, and we went somewhere in Salem, and now, you know, we've been here. Like, a little backstory would have been nice, because now I'm sitting here, I'm like, all right, so anybody can become a witch? Like, what do I need to do?
I have a theory about anybody, but sure.
What,
yeah.
Only queer people is what you're saying?
Well,
so, yes,
no, because
so
they're
Mia
all
can.
queer. They're all queer. It's fine. No, but I agree, Ellie, and I think because it's so telling to me that honestly, plot wise, right? Like, not like just overall in the movie, but specifically plot wise, the Roombas were the best part of the plot of this movie.
And Walgreens.
And like, and that just, to me, yeah, it feels like they kind of dialed it in a little bit on the, you know, plot of it. Like, I agree, there was time. You could have added a little bit more of their story, especially because the first movie was so much about like the protagonist, and it felt like this one was not, you know? Like, Becca is the protagonist of this movie, and I feel like you learn almost nothing about her. Zero facts shared about this person.
you know that she has an ex-girlfriend, Cassie. That's all.
Sure, yes, that's about it. And like, fair, that might be enough for us, the gays, but you know,
still.
Hey, yeah, that's enough for me. Well, not really, but
She's gay and she's a witch. Both of those things, pretty awesome.
And she's a Libra.
The amount of times you brought up astrology today is twice.
I'm pretty into it, so come on. Listen to what the universe is trying to tell you.
Mm-hmm.
Just don't do it. Just don't.
Okay, wait, I lied. Sorry. I have one other complaint about this movie before we get into how gay.
Let's go.
Before we get into how gay our trio is. My one other complaint is, how do you cast Hannah Waddingham and you don't even have her sing? Rude. That's all.
Wait, I'm sorry. Who's Hannah Waddingham?
The witch.
Oh, the witch. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I know her. The mother witch.
Yeah. The mother witch. From Ted Lasso, from the West End. How do you cast her and you don't have her sing anything in a movie like this? Come on.
So what, you wish they did like a quartet?
Like, yeah, give her a song. Just give her a song. That's all. Or like a credits. Like, give her a credits song. Something.
Mm.
You know what they should have done? They should have had her come to freaking Izzy and Becca after they lit the candle. Anderson sisters come back in, because it's like she's warning them, like, hey, like, look, these girls are bad news. Had her sing a song, boom, they go back to, you know, whatever, and then the Sanderson sisters find them.
Yes, give me that. That's all I'm saying. Okay, that's my only one. It's a small
You're
complaint.
correct. I have seen all over the internet, everyone all over the internet, but is saying like she's there for like a scene, and she never comes back. It's like, if you were going to use this, like, I don't know. I feel like there were so many missed opportunities here where, like, we could have had this entire movie really like be about witches, and like the Sanderson sisters come back and then they realize that Becca's a witch, and instead of trying to like kill Trask or whatever, they'd start training her. And now it's just like the Sanderson sisters are training this like new little coven, and they're like going to train the coven to keep them young.
Wait. Okay. I'm going to segue us into like our deep dive gay shit, okay? Okay. Here's my segue. Here's my new headcanon for myself about the witch mother. Because I feel like they don't explicitly say it, and I feel like you are supposed to infer from the movie that she also performed the Magicae Maxima, and her coven got poofed away, right? Because that's like the only thing. She shows up, gives them a book, and she's like, don't do that spell. And they're like, where's your coven? And she's like, sadly gone. Tear disappears, right? Never see her again. So my new headcanon is she did the Magicae Maxima spell, which means she is now an all-powerful witch. And the fact that you don't ever see her again, to me, means that she is taking all of her powers and she is like on a beach somewhere living her best gay life. And
bringing it all back.
And so who else should have been gay other than obviously the very gay witch mother? That's what I want to know.
So right. And so she's also just like turning little lesbians into witches.
Yes.
Wow.
Little lesbian witches. That's okay.
Well, listen, if you haven't listened to the podcast, Mia, we have done a number of episodes about things that in film tend to be stand-ins for homosexuality, sexual orientation. So like magic, being a witch. These are Hollywood ways
of being gay.
Of being gay. Exactly. This is how Hollywood tells you a character is gay without telling you a character is gay, right? Is they're like, she's a witch. And you're like, I get it. Yes. Sure. She's got a black cat. She's into... Sure. I get it, what you're saying here. Yep. Okay.
She only hangs out with women alone late at night in the forest.
She's got a coven. She's doing spells. Like, yeah, okay, fine. We get it. We get what's happening here. So right off the bat, like, you can't make a Hocus Pocus that's not gay, because just by definition, witches are gay. We didn't make this rule. This is just, it is what it is, Hollywood.
That's why they cast this out. It's society.
It's society. Well, and okay, wait. Can we start there too? Because my favorite thing about this movie, and maybe this is just me and other movies that I love, but this movie opens, and we open with that like flashback Salem scene, and I was like, cool. We open on Fear Street 3. I'm here for it. Like 1666. Where is our witches? Where's Sarah Fear? What's going on? And that's what it was. Like this, tell me that the beginning of this movie is not the third Fear Street.
Yeah. Marry a man? Duh. Like
little young Winifred, who is just like stomping her way through town. She's like, get out of my way, bitch. They said I gotta marry a man. And she's like, fuck that noise. Absolutely not, Reverend. And like, she's breaking plates. She is pissed as shit. She is like in her house, like throwing this little tantrum over the idea
getting married
of marrying this dude, right? Like she's like, fuck John Pritchett and the horse he rode in on, like not a chance.
Oh my gosh, it was hilarious. And then I was like, oh my gosh, I watched it and I was like, oh my gosh, she's so gay. I was like, Gift stopped her from she's like, oh, little things for me? Like, okay, like, let me just chill out for a second and see what you got me. It's like, look, Winnie, we got you a birthday gift.
Yeah.
It's like, don't fight me.
She's so mad.
She's such a like terrifying gay. There's that one, I don't know if you guys noticed this, there's like a one woman who comes out of her house, and the second she sees Winnie, she's like, that's enough for me today. And she turns around.
Yeah. That's the energy every gay woman should have, honestly.
She's like, this lesbian's too much for me. I'm going home.
He was like, all right, that's enough. It's like, oh, that is hilarious. I was like, oh my goodness. You did not have to do that to her.
No. What do we think about the other two Sanderson sisters in this, like, in general? Like, do we think they're also gay, or that Winnie's, like, the gay Sanderson sister and the other two are just, like, I mean, I feel like Sarah and Billy, like, had an actual thing, right? That we sort of find out about.
Actual thing. And it's like, okay, we understand you. Poof, on the other side. But I feel like, I don't know. No, I think they're both straight. I think Winnie's the only one that's gay.
Well, and also, like, I feel like her relationship with Billy, the more, I don't, like, they don't really explore it that much, but, like, the more she literally is like, Billy, you were my lover. And he's like, we kissed once.
Once.
Yeah, Billy's a beard. Billy's a beard, for sure.
She's definitely the only gay one.
Yeah, Billy's like, we kissed once, you immediately threw up afterwards and then ran away. Like, what are we doing here?
That is the lesbian in her. We kissed one time. And now look at us. We're lovers for the rest of your life. Till death do. Well, really didn't die, but hey.
That's just some 1620s, like, repressed sexuality speaking, Winnie, okay? You gotta let Billy go. She's like, I will keep my male lover alive for 300 years to prove to you how straight I am. She's like, this is my lover, Billy Butcherson. And he's like, literally, you kissed me and then murdered me. Like, what are we...
I hadn't even thought about that until today. And I'm like, wow, Billy is the biggest beard.
Yes.
Like, and also the fact that she can be like, okay, that's like, I feel like it's like the equivalent too of like her being like, oh, I have a boyfriend. So like any guy who even tries with her, she's just like, oh, no, I have a boyfriend. Like, I can't do anything with you. And it's like, your boyfriend literally is dead. And also,
Billy's in a grave being like, I don't even go here.
I don't even go here. I don't even know who she is.
And she's like, she sews his mouth shut, so she's the only one who can tell the story.
Yes.
Gay.
Gay behavior.
Very gay behavior.
Insane.
Very.
Winnie is the queen of the gays.
Yes, she is. That's why Becca was angry in the whole movie.
Well, well, so true. So true. And look at how happy she is the second, because she's like, you're gonna make me marry a man? Stomp, 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 smash, smash, smash. I'm gonna run away to the woods. A beautiful woman. I live here now. I mean,
she literally is like hot older lesbian.
Yeah.
I'm never
mommy,
leaving
sorry,
this spot.
mommy,
Yeah.
sorry, mommy.
Like,
Winifred, the original simp. What?
Yep. Like, you told me not to do that spell. I won't do that spell. Okay. Sign me up. I mean, don't.
It's really incredible. I mean, this is just from the Salem scene. So anything we're gonna be here for a long time. Anything else that happened in our Salem? I mean, I also feel like, just on a like more serious note or like historical note, the Salem witch trials in general, like a lot of lesbians were killed in the Salem witch trials. Like, that's a legitimate thing, that like if a woman stepped out of line in any sort of way, like was gay, was like unmarried, like they were a witch.
A woman like put a pair of pants on and they're like, we're burning
Witch.
you. It's okay. It's fine.
So I feel
It's
like, I
fine.
feel like I mentioned that like constantly when we're talking about witches, because I just feel like it's like the most damning evidence of like witches were legitimately gay historically. And here we are. That's all.
Here we are.
That's all. We are the descendants of witches.
I don't think I have anything more to say on the Salem storyline, or the
prequel.
Yes, the flashback storyline. I just feel like it bears it, it's worth mentioning some of the very. This episode is sponsored by BetterHelp. And as we head into Thanksgiving time, I want to start by thanking my wife, Kelsey, who has not only listened to just about every episode of this podcast for 8 seasons now, but who also is the only reason I'm able to make time to record it every week. She takes the kids, gets them dinner, and gets them ready for bed, just so that Ellie and I can come on and yell about gay things into each other's faces for an hour. So here's a reminder to send some thanks to the people you're grateful for in your life, including yourself. I've been in therapy for a long time now, and one thing that's so important about therapy is how it teaches you to be more intentional. And being intentional about gratitude and how to show that to the people you appreciate is just one of the many benefits that I've gotten from therapy over the years. If you've been thinking of starting therapy, consider giving BetterHelp a try. I know how hard it can be to find time for regular therapy, and BetterHelp is designed to be flexible and convenient for your schedule. You can fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist, and you can switch therapists at any time for no additional charge. If you want to start being more intentional about gratitude in your life, visit betterhelp.com/letshangout today to get 10% off your first month. That's betterhelp, HELP.com/letshangout.
Let's hang out.
For many businesses, the holiday season can be both an exciting and stressful time. With so many balls in the air, one thing you definitely want to know you can rely on is how you're selling your products. And with Shopify, you can rest easy knowing it's the home of the #1 checkout on the planet. Nobody does selling better than Shopify. And when it comes to successful brands like Aloe, Allbirds, or Skims, an often overlooked secret is all the things that go on behind the scenes that make selling and, for shoppers, buying simple. For millions of businesses, if you take a peek behind that curtain, you'll see that Shopify is what makes it all possible. Shop Pay boosts conversions up to 50%, so that's more happy customers and way more sales going. It's true all the time, but especially this time of year, your commerce platform better be ready to sell wherever your customers are scrolling or strolling, on the web, in your store, in their feed, and everywhere in between. Businesses that sell more sell on Shopify. Upgrade your business and get the same checkout we use for Realm merch with Shopify. Sign up for your $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/realm, all lowercase. Go to shopify.com/realm to upgrade your selling today. Shopify.com/realm. For many businesses, the holiday season can be both an exciting and stressful time. With so many balls in the air, one thing you definitely want to know you can rely on is how you're selling your products. And with Shopify, you can rest easy knowing it's the home of the #1 checkout on the planet. Nobody does selling better than Shopify. And when it comes to successful brands like Aloe, Allbirds, or Skims, an often overlooked secret is all the things that go on behind the scenes that make selling and, for shoppers, buying simple. For millions of businesses, if you take a peek behind that curtain, you'll see that Shopify is what makes it all possible. Shop Pay boosts conversions up to 50%, so that's more happy customers and way more sales going. It's true all the time, but especially this time of year, your commerce platform better be ready to sell wherever your customers are scrolling or strolling, on the web, in your store, in their feed, and everywhere in between. Businesses that sell more sell on Shopify. Upgrade your business and get the same checkout we use for Realm merch with Shopify. Sign up for your $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/realm, all lowercase. Go to shopify.com/realm to upgrade your selling today. Shopify.com/realm.
Hey, do you like true crime? Me too. And I know what you're thinking. There's so many true crime pods out there, you've already heard all the stories. Well, what if I were to tell you you're wrong? I'm Leroy Luna, the host of Excuse Me, That's Illegal, the podcast that takes a hardcore look at softcore crime. I've got a back catalog of hundreds of bizarre and hilarious stories just waiting to be heard by you. So come join me. Excuse Me, That's Illegal is available anywhere you get your favorite podcasts, with new episodes dropping on the 10th, 20th, and 30th every month, baby!
Gay behavior exhibited by one Winifred Sanderson. That's all.
We appreciate that.
Okay,
So-
but then,
so
then we
to
jump
the modern day.
Yeah, we jump to modern times and we immediately meet 3 gays.
Yeah. It's like, okay, next.
Like 3 gays. I'm sorry. We have like you keep saying, Becca shows up in the fucking striped tee, the green hoodie, the puffy vest over it, and I'm like,
Girl, you stole my look. Like, we can't. What are we doing here? I'm just like, Becca, you really stole what I wear almost on a daily basis. And I was like, something's not adding up.
So are you wearing a Becca costume, or is Becca wearing a Mia costume?
Becca's definitely wearing a Mia costume. Just saying.
nice.
The world will say otherwise, but I say Becca is definitely wearing a Mia costume, and I appreciate her for that. Just put my name on it.
Just make sure you trademark that. Thank you. But yes, I mean, we have like the most intense female friendship to start, which we talked about before, right? This is like they're turning 16, which I feel like 16 is the time where like if
You
someone's
come out, what?
yeah, someone's or like you realize something about yourself. Like even if you're like, okay, I'm gonna repress this shit for a while. Like I don't know who would do that, but you know, some
Tell
people
us
do.
more, Ellie. Tell us more.
That's me. But either you repress that shit and you just keep having sleepovers with your best friends and act like you're straight.
And taking them to prom, you know, and
Yeah, just like normal shit that straight people do.
Yeah.
Yeah, but flashbacks are happening for me.
Or like others of us, you come out at 16, whatever. It's fine.
Everyone's on a different journey, but the journeys we have for all of our protagonists, right? What I see is Becca and Cassie were dating. Becca came out. Like in my retelling of this, like Becca's for sure already out. Like no, everyone knows Becca's gay.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a surprise. And then I feel like Izzy's also out. I feel like they're both out and that's why they stay together. And Cassie's like, oh, once they came out, she's like, oh shit, I gotta get away from these lesbians and like find the most like cookie cutter man to date.
Oh, he's terrible.
He was terrible.
Does he have a name? What's his name?
Mike.
Oh, I was gonna say Max.
That's close. That's close. It's close enough for as much as we care about the men in these movies. Close enough. Sure. Max is fine. He is at what do they call right? The Sanderson sisters literally are like, oh, the village idiot.
Yes. What they say? They said something. Who's gonna take us to this man besides the village idiot?
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, that's pretty funny.
And you know who dates the village idiot? Someone who needs a beard. Who else have we seen in this movie who dated the village idiot because they were in desperate need of a beard?
Winifred.
Just saying. Just throwing that out there.
I mean, hey, I can see Izzy being out. I can see Becca being out. Cassie is like, I can't really come out. Like, and I think it's more because her family is in the limelight and her dad's like the mayor of the town. So it's like they have this perfect cookie cutter family and they're just going to have that one lesbian child. No. So I think it's just like, I want to, but I can't. So I'm going to find somebody. And then we see Mike come in and it's just like, why that one? Why not the one dressed up like a vampire? Like, why you had to pick this one? Like, I guess because, you know, it would make him popular. And I think because he had so many friends and like people to be around that she didn't just have to be around him by herself. I'm speaking maybe from experience that I would always choose the popular guy to be around because they would always be somewhere else or with somebody else. And I didn't have to be like by myself with them.
That tracks. That makes complete sense.
Yeah. Well, and it makes a lot of sense for Cassie to be that character in this movie, too, because of her dad, right? Like, we have this whole... He is clearly, like, shutting some shit down, right? He's like, you can't have a party. You can't have 2 girlfriends. This is not allowed. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
He's a rules dad. Fine. Okay. We get it.
Yep.
But I also feel like he likes her girlfriends.
He does. He loves them.
But she's not dating them.
She's not dating them.
You're right. The second they turn into girlfriends, he's not happy.
No.
He's not happy. So yeah, I think we meet 3 gays, and I think we meet them having very clearly a friend breakup. Like, we have talked about the dynamics of friend breakups before. Cassie walks up, and it is just like immediately like an icy chill.
Yeah, it's like
descends for sure. And they're so God, that whole scene in the classroom where they're like, maybe she wants to come to our ritual, maybe she's missed us too. And they're like, they get so excited, and then they get so crushed when they're like, oh, she's throwing a party.
They're like, your dad will never let you throw a party. She's like, I didn't tell him.
And they're like, I thought we were gonna all go to the woods like we used to.
And then past the classroom scene when they actually bring the picture of her out in the woods, I'm like, gay behavior.
Oh
Yay.
my God.
Yay. Because if I don't have a box of all my freaking Polaroid pictures of my exes, then I don't know, like, what?
You literally do that. It's so funny. I forgot about that. That is so gay.
Why do you have that still? Like, are you hoping you guys are going to get back together? You're not over your ex yet?
I mean, that'll be fast forwarding, but like they want to be together.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I don't know. I feel like I'm just gonna jump us around so much because I feel like my biggest argument for how gay these girls are, and specifically how gay Becca is, because I'm gonna go ahead and say, to me, Becca is the gayest of the three. Based on nothing more than we know magic is a stand-in for gayness, and
she's the most powerful gay.
It's not just that she's the most powerful. I want us to be very specific about examining why and when Becca's powers come out, because there's 3 main times that I want to talk about, okay? The first time we see anything, we get this little glimmer of blue in her hand. Right? They're in the basement. It's her and Izzy. They're trying to warn Cassie. She can't get her and Izzy out. They can't get in touch with Cassie. And they're like, we're going to light this. I don't know, like the little, Angelica leaves. Yeah, they're like, we're going to light this little sage pile, whatever. And you get this little thing of blue. And she's like, oh my God, I saved the day. We can get out of here. Okay. So to the rescue of her 2 girlfriends. Time number 2. Okay, that we see her powers like really come out is when Cassie gets snatched by the Sanderson sisters. Right? They're like in the street and they like swoop.
Yeah.
They do the swoopy. They grab her, swoopy away, and she like reaches her hands out and like sends that little, again, like this little blue crackle, right? So, well, again, you came for her girlfriends, and like them powers are rearing their heads, man. And time number 3 is in the woods when the Sanderson sisters are like up flying above them, and they're like just raining power down, like Winnie's going crazy, and she like slams up that force field, right?
Yep.
To protect whom, I would ask?
Her girls.
Her girlfriends, that's all. I'm just saying, like, it's not just that she has powers, it's that her powers come out for like very specific reasons, and those reasons are always to protect her 2 girlfriends.
Yeah, that's true.
It also happened in the Walgreens. I don't think that was the salt. I think that was her powers.
That was her powers.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, because she was like,
I mean, also a little bit the salt, though.
That's crazy. I didn't think salt could do that, because like salt can't do that. She like,
but it does when they trap them in the garage.
Who poured the salt? You know, but it could be just that she made.
But
it
wasn't her. It was the other 2 girls who poured the salt, right? Because she's like, no, and then they run out with their little like choreographed dance troupe. They're like, boop, 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 boop.
All right, fine.
I was like, I think me and my best friends would have ran into each other head first. I mean, we would have knocked each other out.
On the top of your head, like, you have an idea of like who your coven would be in high school. Are they all gay now?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Like literally almost all of them. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Even like the guy that we were like friends with is gay too. Oh my gosh.
Mm-hmm. We know what a coven means.
Yeah, everyone knows what a coven. Yeah, all of you out there too. Was your coven from high school gay? Let us know, because we know they are.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, they all are.
Mia's having quite the revelation right now.
I'm literally going to text Emily and be like, hey, have you realized that all of us are now like gay? ... She's like, what? I'm like, she's like, what are you talking about? I'm like, well, we're part of the LGBTQ community, all of us, like including yourself. And she's going to be like, yeah, that makes sense. Wow. Yeah.
It just makes sense.
This is fun.
It just makes sense. Okay, but you're right. All of her powers come out when she's saving her girlfriends, of course. And they also get stronger when she's touching her girlfriends, correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, whoa, Ellie.
Oh,
What?
whoa there.
They do.
Whoa.
I know it's like it's a wholesome way in the show, in the movie, right? They're all holding hands. All right, they're holding
Do
hands.
you also
audience.
get gayer when you're touching your girlfriend?
Probably, yeah. Let's be real.
I mean, I'm a simp, not a pimp.
I think the correct answer here is which, please. What?
Literally. What? Never.
All of our powers come out when we're touching our girlfriends. That's how it goes. That's it.
That's my superpower.
That's
being
it.
a lesbian.
It's a great superpower to have. But yes.
A lot more drama, but it's better over here.
True. How many acts did you say were at Girls in Wonderland? 4?
4. Please just all don't come and talk to me. Let's just talk separately. And you stay on that corner of the pool, you stay on that corner of the pool, you stay right there, and I'll stay over here. We'll be fine.
Great.
Sounds right.
Didn't work.
Good.
All right, sorry, but back to our 3 girls. Okay, so powers get stronger when she's saving them or touching them. What else, Mia, what else did you notice was super gay about this film? Any other gay observations?
I feel like how everybody was dressed. I pay attention to clothing. You can like tell. Like even with Gilbert, you're just like, you might be gay too. And that's why the whole thing when they were like, you're a virgin? He was like, yeah, I couldn't light that candle. And I wanted to be like, I don't know. But how everybody was dressed, like flannels, like they were layering a lot of clothing. Like it was just like, okay, I understand it's fall, but it's not that cold outside. Like it's just now, like the leaves are just now falling out of the sky. Like
I love that you're bringing up Gilbert because I agree, and I like immediately I was like, that is a real nice sweater for a straight man.
Like
and
real nice.
Is it just me, or was there like some sparks flying between him and Billy?
Yeah, there were. Him and Billy were having a bromance within quotation marks. They loved each other. And then when he disappeared, they were so sad. He was like, there goes my boyfriend. Like he didn't think he was going to disappear. No, honey, he had to go.
So true.
It was really tragic when he had to go. And I do feel like there was like an intense betrayal from when Billy found out that he was helping the Sanderson sisters. Like that was like, wow. Like, but also, sorry, this is going to be so disgusting, but like, I don't think anyone would want to kiss Billy. Because I was about to be like, we just made out. And I'm like, that sounds disgusting. Like his breath, his mouth has been closed for 300 years. That's not okay.
Listen, Ellie, they're gonna figure it out. Okay? Stop hating on their love.
Yeah, you don't kiss your girlfriend in the morning when she doesn't brush her teeth. It's probably like that. No.
Oh. No, I would. No, she's the opposite. She literally would be like, go brush your teeth. And I'm like, all right, gotta go. So that's why I was thinking, I'm Billy. I'll tell her.
If I can't fart, sneeze, kiss you in the mouth without brushing my teeth, we are not really together.
I'll tell her.
It's fair. It's fair. Listen, I will say, as much fun as it was to see all the Sanderson sisters again, I also, the second Billy climbs out of that grave and we were like, is this Doug Jones again? Like, that's fucking amazing. I love it. So happy. So glad to see him again. Like, what a career. What a career.
I know, your career was coming out of a grave twice.
Well, he's literally everything. He's in everything.
And yet the only thing we remember is Billy.
What? What do you mean the only thing you remember? Kidding. Don't get me started, man. He plays the gentleman in Hush. He's the fish creature in what's the fishy guy? He's in everything. He's fantastic.
What fishy guy?
What's the movie with the girl and she dates the like fish creature? What movie is that?
Oh, The Shape of Water?
The Shape of Water. He plays the fish guy in The
it.
Shape of Water. He's fantastic. It was very fun to watch him because Because that, I mean, I don't. It wasn't his first role, but I know. I mean, it was like 30 years ago.
Does he only play creatures?
Yeah, he's like a big. Yeah. He is like he's a very like body actor. So it was just fun. I enjoyed getting to watch everyone come back. That's all I'm saying. And also I do ship.
Though. Wait,
I ship Billy and Gilbert, whether or not you will.
I'll still ship them. Who were you the most disappointed didn't come back though? Because some people didn't come back.
I don't know if those people didn't need to come back. What I thought was going to happen is that the kids from the first movie were going to have children, and their children were going to bring back the Sanderson sisters, and they were going to realize, oh shit, why'd you bring back these crazy witches? And that was how I thought the storyline was going to go. I didn't think we were going to bring in a whole new tribe of people. And then that is where I feel like everybody was able to come back. But the fact that they started a whole new storyline 30 years later, it kind of makes sense that not everybody came back.
Yeah.
What about, who were you hoping to see, Ellie?
Allison, my girl. That's it.
True.
Well, and also, did you know that there's a book, Mia? There's a Hocus Pocus 2 book.
No.
So there's a book, and the book literally tells the story you're saying, where Max and Allison have a daughter. Her name is Poppy, and she brings back the Sanderson sisters and falls in love with the popular girl at school, Isabella. It's a lesbian novel. This is like legit.
But now I feel like I have to read it.
Yes. I haven't read it. To be honest.
I can't believe
but
they
I just
had
know
a
the gay
book
shit
that
about it.
Like they had a book that was gay and they still didn't go gay. It's a
That's
crime.
that's what's like, come on. You literally, it's a Disney sanctioned book. Like they wrote the book, right? Like Disney has its stamp on it.
It's like from Bring It On, where she's like, I gave you the routine.
Yes.
This is what you needed to win nationals.
Exactly. And they just didn't. They gave us the blueprint, and then Disney was like, no.
Rude.
So rude. So rude.
But okay, I have a few more gay notes.
Okay, great.
Gay notes
that I need to bring up. I have two for Izzy that I just think should be said because I have two quotes that I wrote down from Izzy that just stood out to me. One of them is when they first summon the Sanderson sisters and they're like, "What is happening?" And she goes, "I don't know, but I literally cannot stop watching them."
Yeah, that's a gay move to be staring at the Sanderson sisters. Yeah.
Gay. She's like, "We summoned some witches and I cannot look away."
Stop watching them.
Yeah.
Okay, that's pretty. All right. Okay, Izzy, you there?
And then there's also this moment later on when they're trying to. I can't remember if it's like before. I can't remember if it's when they're trying to get to Cassie's house or when they're trying to like after Cassie gets swooped away. But there's just this moment. It must be before because I think it's when they see like the crowd of people like like dance stepping their way through Salem.
Classic.
And yeah, classic. And there's just this moment where they're like, should we? And then they're like, no, Cassie. And they have to like get their heads back in the game. And they're like, should we do something about? No, our girlfriend. And I'm like, gay energy, you two. Gay moves right here.
Also, like speaking of outfits, this is not for Izzy, but Cassie's outfit at the end, she's wearing a tie-dye shirt with a sweatshirt on top. I was reading that it's like a callback to Max's outfit.
Yeah.
But I also was like, okay, but you put it on a girl and she looks gay as fuck in it.
Again, I have on a sweatshirt and a flannel with a t-shirt underneath of it. Like, I'm gonna have to like trademark this look or something.
Wait, also, sorry, if we're gonna get in the clothes kick on Cassie. So they're at this party, right? They're at like a Halloween party, so it's clearly like a costume party, and her boyfriend, the village idiot, comes to a costume party in his football uniform. And I just want to say that like the gay energy it takes to be a 16-year-old girl whose boyfriend is coming dressed as a football player and you choose not to go as a cheerleader but as the referee. Like, girl, come on.
Like literally you could have went as the cheerleader.
Yeah.
Or the ref.
Or the referee. And I'm like, that is some gay shit right there. That's gay.
Oh my gosh. You sit there and you're just like,
Mm-hmm. I see what you did there. And one last thing, Ellie, while you're talking about like, oh, it's supposed to be a call out to Max, but you put it on a girl. So we're talking about like, oh, appropriating male things. I just think it's funny that they have this like running gag where they can't remember Becca's name and the name they choose for her instead is Edward. Like, I don't know why it just kept making me laugh that they're like, who are you, Edward?
Ridiculous. What else is gay about this before we go into our which characters are we shipping?
That taps out my notes. That's what I've got.
That's really it. I think the Gilbert, because his clothing is just really nice. You know, I don't feel like Cassie's dad is anything. We don't really see the mom except for on that billboard. It's just like those three girls. They're gay, and you should have just made them gay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's zero parents other than the mayor.
Yeah, like where's everybody?
Do you think they just like, didn't want to pay for adult actors?
Like, okay, they might not have wanted to pay for adult actors, but Izzy, do you know she is really like 26 years old?
Is she really? I love that for her.
I looked it up because I was like, this girl looks a lot older than I think she is. 26.
Amazing.
Whoa. They love to. What about Becca?
19. They're like around there. But I was like, 26? I was like, I could have been in this movie.
You could have.
Listen, I think I can still play high school on a good day. I could play 16.
You can definitely play Hollywood high school. Like they just keep.
Yeah.
What's
Yeah, dude.
Oh my god, I forgot her name. That one girl from High School Musical. She was like 36 playing a high schooler.
There's hope for me, Ellie. I've got one more year. Let's do it.
It's fine.
Let's do it.
Insane. All right, so let's move on to which characters we are shipping. I mean, it's pretty clear who we're shipping, but let's talk about it and their ship name. So, Becca, Izzy, and Cassie. Do we want to only do one throuple ship name? Are we going to do like
Oh, yes, please.
multiple pairings of the three of them?
I'm only interested. You know me in a thruple, Ellie.
All right.
I only care about the thruple.
We only care about the throuple.
They're very similar names. I'm going to go with Bakazi.
Okay.
A?
Bakazi. I think that's better than what I was about to say out loud, which was Izekasi.
But mine was like going off of that, and I was like, is Bexy.
Yeah. Oh, I like his Bexy better too. See?
Bexy's cute. All right, what about Billy and Gilbert?
Gilly. Bilbert?
Or Bilbert. I love it. Gilby.
Oh, Gilby's cute. I kind of like Bilbert though.
Gilby's it though.
Yeah, I like it.
Like, oh, it's Gilby.
I like them together.
I do like them together. I can't help it. I
Just
was
like, I
into
can't
it.
help.
Who else? Anyone else that we missed? What about Winnie? Like, we need who's her love interest?
Which
Mother
mother
Witch.
What?
Yeah. Right? So what's Winnie and Mother Witch together?
Well, Mother Witch doesn't even get a name.
Yeah, Mother Winnie.
Mother Winnie? Winnie Mother?
Yeah.
Mother Winnie.
I'm here for that.
Mommy Winnie. Okay, got it.
Mommy Winnie. I cannot. Incredible. Wow.
Wimmy.
Wimmy. Okay, I'm here for it. I'll do it. Yeah.
There's one other thing I wanted to say that I forgot about, which is we need to talk about the drag queens in Hocus Pocus 2. The fact that I do like that they called out the fact that like how many drag queens have been the Sanderson sisters in the past 30 years.
So many.
The cross-dressing.
Yeah.
And this whole thing.
And
I was
that
like,
they lost the contest.
Yes. I was like, ooh, they're really them though. Like, how do you lose being yourself?
Incredible. Isn't there there's this viral video where Adele lost an Adele lookalike contest too, I think. She's like sitting there and they're like, no, you don't look like her at all.
Nice.
But yes, they did have some gay. I'll give it to them. At least you put a few drag queens in Hocus Pocus 2 for us. But like, not enough. Not enough.
I wanted them to break out in song with them. Like at the end, like I wanted them to sing and dance with them.
Yeah.
Have a lip sync battle with the drag queens and the Sanderson sisters.
That would have been amazing.
She death drops.
Instead of saying, "Oh, we're choosing them," no, it should have went. They should have had a lip sync battle, and then the Sanderson sisters should have really been singing.
Yes. Why did they not have a sing off?
Great.
That would have also made more sense. Like,
and then Hannah Waddingham shows up as the judge and also starts singing. Listen, Hocus Pocus 3. We can make this happen.
I do feel like if there's a Hocus Pocus 3, I think that the witch mother is going to be
him back.
Featured. Yeah.
Yeah, it brings him back. She's all powerful. That's all I'm saying.
But I think we can agree Hocus Pocus 2 should have been gay.
Should have
been gay.
Probably is.
Definitely. All right, so you ready for our Q and gay? We're going to ask you a few multiple choice questions. You ready?
Q and gay.
Question number 1 for you, Mia. Which movie is gayer? A, Hocus Pocus, or B, Hocus Pocus 2?
B, Hocus Pocus 2.
Good answer. Okay, question 2. Which Sanderson sister are you out of A, Winnie, B, Sarah, or C, Mary?
A, Winnie.
Alternate choices, A, Winnie, or those other two.
Or the other two. The other two that were there but not there.
Horrible. Ugh, I do. I love Sarah and Mary. All right. That's also like, I feel like that's like a very telling question is like, which Sanderson sister are you? It's like almost like if you ask someone what their like house is in Harry Potter.
Slytherin.
Yeah, that tracks. Winnie's definitely a Slytherin.
For sure.
Winnie is for sure a Slytherin. All right. Question number 3. What's your favorite callback in Hocus Pocus 2? A, the black flame candle, B, the broom buzz, C, the Sanderson sister walk, or D, one way or another. So like musical montage. What's your favorite thing that happened in both movies?
Oh my gosh, that's so hard. I would have to say the broom buzz because my Broomba has, a mind of his own and he literally doesn't like mess. So
nice.
I can put some floor and he'll find it.
Does your Roomba have a name?
I call him Sharky. And for Halloween, I think I'm going to put a little shark fin on him when I have my Halloween party here. And I ordered my lizard dragon wings.
Amazing.
So look out for my Daenerys Targaryen costume.
Nice.
Amazing.
Question number 4. Who is the bigger beard out of A, Billy Butcherson, or B, Mike?
Hey, Billy.
I mean,
Valid.
Billy has been a beard for like 500 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a long time to be a beard.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. All right. Question number 5. Our final question. And the most important. Would you want Mother Witch to step on you? A, yes. B, anytime. Or C, fuck yes.
That sounded like how I got asked to prom. Like,
there's no option for no.
B.
B, anytime.
Anytime.
Okay, great. Good answer. Oh my gosh.
So true.
The guy, he was like strip teasing down the hallway. And then on his chest, he wrote prom, yes, yes, or fuck yes. And I was like, should I write and no, I really don't want to go with you, or just check yes and figure this out later? Because he's already taken off his clothes. And I was like, yeah, sure, whatever.
So wait, did you say yes and then later you were like, actually no?
No, I ended up going with him.
The patriarchy.
I was like, you can't do that to that poor boy. Yes, I can. Like, she's like, that was not nice. I was like, oh, he'll be fine. But I made a redhead wear yellow to prom.
Ooh.
So
Rough.
Not okay.
Sean, if you're listening, I am so sorry.
We're sorry too, Sean.
Yeah, I'm sure Sean
We're
is an
sorry for
avid
everyone.
Let's Hang Out listener.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm so sorry.
Mia, what a joy. Thank you so much for hanging out with us.
Yes, I will love to do it anytime. Thank you guys.
Tell our
Yes.
listeners, where can they find you on all the socials, on everything?
On everything, on Instagram, on TikTok, on Twitter, on Facebook. You can find me at _Mia Emani, Emani. That's where you can find me. It's on everything. It's plastered on everything. It's even on the back of my car. So if you see me, honk.
Nice.
Incredible. And you can follow all of Mia's lesbian shit. I found out that Mia was a lesbian from following her on socials. So it was one of the best decisions of my life. So do it.
Yes, it really was. I lost, I'm not even going to lie, I lost 400 followers since I came out as a lesbian.
What? Hate crime.
I went from like 20.5, almost 20.6 to now 20.1.
Hate crime.
Men.
Men are a little salty.
That's okay. The lesbians will come for you.
Yeah.
It's okay. If they're coming, I'm watching. I'm here.
I love it. Thank you so much. This has been so much fun.
No, thank you. I really appreciate it. I had fun. And I can't wait to hear this back because we're funny.
We are.
Let me hear you say hip, 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 well, yeah.
We love hearing from you and building community, so we want to shout out some of our favorite things each episode. And today, in today's episode of Ellie Fucked It Up Again.
Ellie's on a roll. Listen.
I'm really doing great. All right, everyone. I have undiagnosed ADHD and I just do things really quickly and don't think about them. All right. That's my spiel. But I was not thinking at all, clearly. Did not do any additional research. I totally thought that Elizabeth Mitchell, who plays the mom in First Kill, was Kelly Rutherford, who plays Serena's mom in Gossip Girl. And I have been acting on this assumption since I started watching First Kill. So I'm so sorry to all of the Elizabeth Mitchell fans out there. I will say that they're both beautiful. So good confusion, but I understand that their acting careers have been very different. And Elizabeth Mitchell was on Lost, which I also didn't watch. So I'm sorry, but I was a big Gossip Girl, and I really thought I was watching that same actress for literally 10 episodes. So
it happens.
Sorry about that to everyone. Now I know which blonde woman is which blonde woman, and I will know moving forward.
There you go. We just want to take an opportunity because we've had a couple of videos, getting some comments on TikTok, and it just
mostly
makes us happy.
Either correcting me, but this one's better.
Yes, many of them correcting Ellie's mistakes. Also, some of them agreeing with us every now and then. And so, we just want to say thank you to all the people who are finding our TikTok and maybe finding the podcast through there, and especially everyone who's commenting on our Rizzoli and Isles Should Have Been Gay TikTok, because listen, we have like over 100 comments, like 120 something comments on there right now of people losing their minds about Rizzoli and Isles.
Agreed.
And like, you're all correct. Yes. So I'm gonna let you read this because I know you picked this out. It was your favorite comment.
This just cracked me up because my mom would do this. So Spoonful of Time on TikTok wrote this comment. My mom, who is blind to any tension, watched this with me and said, "They're a cute couple," then got mad when I told her they weren't. Sorry, Mom. So you're experiencing what lesbians have experienced since the beginning of time with these queer baiting shows. Also, to everyone who has been commenting with your Should Have Been Gay suggestions, some of them we've covered before. Some of them are new to us. So this is also exciting because now we have even more Should Have Been Gay suggestions on our TikTok. So keep them coming.
And of course, we want to thank our Lesbian Jesus patrons, Mark Foster,
Tanya Ferguson,
Jacqueline Rose Nishino,
Sarah and Julia,
Alana Rosen,
Lizette Stye,
Adi Benitez,
Fiona W.,
and our King Princess patrons, Amy and Ellen,
Julia Gonzalez,
Leah Hendley,
and Andrea Doucette. Thank you all so much. We could not make the show without you.
Remember, you can also find us on all the social medias. We are on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and TikTok at Let's Hang Out Pod.
You can email us at letshangoutpod@gmail.com.
Or you can check out our website at letshangoutpod.com.
Whatever app you use for podcasts, make sure you subscribe so you'll be the first to know when new episodes drop.
We also are posting videos on our YouTube channel, so you can subscribe at youtube.com/letshangoutpod to catch those.
Let's Hang Out is an independently produced show hosted by us with audio production by myself. Our production assistant is Kristen Murison, and Twitter shenanigans by Lee Holmes Foster.
If you'd like to support our little independent team, there are so many ways that you can help the podcast. The first is to leave us a rating and review on Apple Podcasts app or on whatever app you use to listen to podcasts. That way it helps new people find the show.
If you want to support us on Patreon, you can do that at bit.ly/lespatreon. That also means you get all kinds of patron-only perks, including bonus episodes, ad-free episodes, and our Patreon-only Discord chat and Lessentials watch parties for all of our Lessentials.
If you want to get some Let's Hang Out merch, you can find all of our designs in our TeePublic, and you can get them on tank tops, on t-shirts, on tote bags, on sweatshirts, on all sorts of stuff. You can find all of those at bit.ly/lesshop.
And remember, we have a queer production company making queer podcast musicals with guaranteed happy endings that you can find everywhere at Dollar Bean Prod.
You can also check out our website, dollarbeanproductions.com.
You can also listen to all the episodes of our first show, The Flame, on any podcasting app.
And if you want to help support us, specifically making more musicals, you can join our Patreon just for Dollar Bean Productions. You can find it at bit.ly/dollarbeanpatreon.
If you want to find us individually, you can find me at Ellie Brigida on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok.
And you can find me on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok at LSH Foster.
With that, I'm Ellie.
And I'm Lee. And let's hang out again soon.
Let's hang out.
Hi, I'm Laura Cathcart Robbins, and I am the host and creator of the podcast Only One in the Room. Every week, my co-host Scott Slaughter and I invite you to join us and lose yourself in someone's incredible Only One story. We talk to real people dealing with issues like infertility, the death of a loved one, human trafficking, and women who, fake it. Oh, and we want to be fair, so we talk to celebrities too. Emmy winners like actor John Cryer, supermodels like Amber Valletta, and rock stars like Ryan Dusick. Everyone is invited to share their Only One story with our listeners. With 21 seasons and counting, we guarantee you that Only One in the Room has a story that you'll connect with. This podcast is for anyone who has ever felt alone in a room full of people, which is to say that this podcast is for everyone. Download Only One in the Room on Apple or Spotify today.